Welcome to the Rose Bowl game presented by Prudential, America's New Year's celebration, played on January 2nd for the 15th time, and the first ever collision between the Pac-12 champion Utah Utes and the Penn State-Nittany Lions out of the Big Ten. They have come back against all odds. They had about a 1% chance of getting here late in the season. A bunch of stuff had to happen, but here they are. James Franklin losing only to the two CFP teams for the Big Ten, going for win number 11 today. Only once has Penn State won a Rose Bowl. Katron Allen, the freshman tailbacks, they are back deep to receive this opening kickoff. Singleton right up the middle in a big collision just across the Clifford. Gets it snapped. Here comes the heat. And Clifford can't escape. Utah gets home early. That's Karene Reed and Lander Barton.
Up that line of scrimmage to stop that running game.
There's a run right up the gut, and Bernard sidesteps a tackle and barrels out near midfield, and the Utes on the move. And there's another end around coming this way. It's Parks, who shows his speed and picks up 10, and they're in Penn State territory.
Field to a tight end to try to hit a big one.
Shot of the big Aussie Thomas Yasmin, who blocks like a beast, and he's going to be the guy to hopefully step in and fill the void a little bit of Dalton Kincaid.
He might have been the best tight end in the country before he went down.
And Rising loops a throw, and it's going to be picked off. That is Kalen King, the elite corner, who had it float down to his hands and
starting to make plays this year for this defense.
Strange, the tight end in the backfield. They flip it back, and there's Allen, who gives a stiff arm and makes a nice gain, so not showing pressure this time. Different short drop across the middle, and it's complete. That's Tyler Warren, the tight end, and he's got Penn State's first down. Strange. I love those two tight end formations. Allen has to slip a tackle in the backfield. Now he's off. Makes another man miss and weaves into Utah territory. Got a nice block.
Defensive coverage. Looks like they're in more zone with that movement.
They use the entire play clock. Clifford across the middle, and he's got a man running free, and it's Theo Johnson. A strike to the tight end, and Penn State's in the red zone.
He moved it. Singleton.
And
nobody's out here.
That's Johnson, the tight end. Now Lambert Smith moves to that side. Johnson's a blocker, and a short pass picks up about 3. Singleton barrels into the end zone, and Penn State draws first blood. Old school formation and a physical touchdown run. That's kind of fun.
Oh, that is great. That is great.
The interception, they take it 82 yards in 11 plays. Jake Pinniger knocks it through.
It's late. It's there. It's there.
High snap, and Rising fires easy access to Vele again. They need a big 1,000 career snaps.
Been around since he's been around forever.
And off inside, and they're plowing forward on 3rd and 2, but Disa Isaac and Hakeem Beeman able to stop Jackson. Jackson next to Rising, but it's Cam all the way. Hesitates, finds a hole, and dives into Penn State territory for the first down. To be continued.
Oh, yeah.
Gets that handoff. Jackson hit hard.
No one's going anywhere.
Most of us a guy that just grew up, watching the Rose Bowl. You could almost.
Carnacina's son, by the way. It's kind of crazy.
Jackson bounces off contact and falls forward. Jair Brown brings him down, but it's a first down. Holly in the game. He's putting together a good-looking drive, trying to answer. Rising, steps up, escapes, and slides down, but not before picking up about stat in football, the pressure to sack ratio. How often do you get him to the ground, even when you pressure him? And it's not very often against Rising. Bernard breaks free. Micah Bernard. And Mackay down to the 12-yard line.
Whistles to take down Mustapher.
Utes turn to have 3 tight ends in the game. Rising, running all the way. And he's brought down near the marker. Johnny Dixon, who is back there of it. It's Vele, the receiver, deep in that formation, and they power it right ahead and create a 1st and goal. Take out of the I formation, flip to the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. Thomas Yasmin, the former rugby player from Australia, who knew nothing about football before he arrived at Utah in 2018. Had some offers to play pro rugby, but chose to come and give American football a try. Noyes, who's doing all the kicking since Jaden Redding, the other
Receivers off to the right.
They do. Clifford is looking that direction, spins away from the rush, and now fires, and wide open down the field is Lambert Smith. So he scrambled against the grain, and the coverage.
Defense, especially the corner, Broughton. Nobody there on that behind the corner.
Crafty move, picks up 32. Clifford looking to throw again on 1st down and fires to Allen, who picks up about 7. Take it to Allen across the middle. He throws a bullet, and that's Harrison Wallace III, who shows good hands. That's Penn State moving quickly, trying to reclaim the lead. 1st and goal from the 10, not easy against this offense. They come out throwing, and they make it look easy. Mitchell Tinsley on the slant. That's a strong drive from the veteran Penn State quarterback.
Haven't seen Clifford throw the ball much at all this game, and on that drive, they opened it up.
Utes are a good red zone defense, so 1st and goal at the 10. The Lions crowd the line here on 3rd and 10, showing heavy pressure, and they bring it. And Rising off the back foot just launches downfield, and coming back to make the catch is Vele. Had the feeling of a prayer, but
On one side and King on the other, but for now to the left is Wilson.
Pitch on the edge, and Bernard spinning down near the marker just in the backfield. Now motions out.
Look at the confusion with 8. I mean, they had a lot of movement there.
And Jackson spins free and barrels into the end zone, and Utah answers. As the converted quarterback shows that he is a high-quality running back. 19 yards on the score.
Andy Ludwig says running back.
So Vele's catch of 47 sets up the touchdown, and the Utes must quarter. So this is a moment here.
Watch the tackles here in protection.
Play clock at 1 when Clifford snaps it. It's a 4-man rush. He has time and fires to Tinsley over the middle, who's got a 1st down and is still running out near the 40. That was a key conversion. Pre-snap chest maneuvering for both offenses. 4-man rush again. Clifford is going to be sacked. They did get home that time. Karene Reed got around and beat the gut to him. Utah with a couple of timeouts if they can get the football back right here.
But they didn't blitz on that last 3rd down.
And it's a running play, and Allen just bangs forward. I think that's a conservative call. Timeout from Arts tight ends, comes after the quarterback. Strong run support. And Rising fooled him, and he keeps it and spins for a 1st down in midfield. They tackled the ball carrier, but the quarterback. Rising just 1 for his last 8. Can he create something here on 3rd and long? Has to avoid immediate pressure on the run, delivers the throw, and it's caught. Logan Kendall, another tight end, lumbering down there for a lot of hard work blocking all season long, rewarded with a big 3rd down catch in the Rose Bowl. And now in the reverse, Vele's going to throw it. He was going to look back in the direction of Rising, who was covered, and the receiver is going to be dragged down by Curtis Jacobs. Penn State lately with the pass game. Rising scans the field, goes right down the seam, and not on the same page. And it's incomplete.
3rd down.
It's showing some late pressure. It's a run, and busting free is Singleton. Nick Singleton in a foot race. one that he will win. Touchdown, Penn State, 87 yards. That running game, Kurt, contained, defended well, and then boom, the lightning strike, and Penn State reclaims
The big play, but a good job of opening it up by Shelton and the big tight end.
More often than not, Utah have been hitting Penn State.
Stop this running game and get him into third down situations like this.
And Rising flushed again, trying to make it with his leg. Shows the toughness, takes a hit, and they do move the sticks across the 35. Some more prepared, but very few meaningful snaps. There's a high one that he has to go out of the air and stab, and hands the ball to Jackson, who makes it a... Bernard is the back on 3rd and 4. Play clock at 2. And backpedaling, Barnes delivers the ball, and it's caught for a first down by Bernard. They do move the sticks. And walking behind the bench there, keeper Barnes takes a hard hit, and he's knocked down. Holly?
Well, guys, Cam Rising leaving that tent, as you can.
2nd and 5. Another high snap, pulls it down and lofts it downfield. Bailey, and it's intercepted. Lofted it up there, and Jair Brown makes the pick, the second of the day for the Lions. And the inexperienced quarterback pressing just a bit, Kirk.
Yeah, goes after Johnny Dick.
A couple of freshmen having to make smart choices and physical blocks to protect the quarterback. Clifford steps up here and delivers across the middle, and it's dropped in and out of the hands of Wallace. And that
Must be better. They have honored those young men's memory completely this season.
It's a wonderful gesture by the Rose Bowl, and breaking free is LaQuindon Jackson. And he's going to be dragged down at midfield by Keaton Ellis, but that ground game making some noise for their defense. Penn State crowds the line, brings the pressure. Barnes is well protected, delivers a long throw to the sideline. Vele makes the grab, but cannot escape the tackle of Kalen King.
Big play here, field position-wise.
It's Johnson who motions in off the play fake. Launch downfield, has a man wide open. DeAndre Lambert-Smith, Penn State's second long-distance lightning strike, 88 yards. Big plays when backed up. That's been the story of the second half of this Penn State offense. These 80. Nick Singleton's run was the 3rd longest run in Rose Bowl history for a touchdown. Now they bring pressure. Barnes swarmed and sacked. 3-play drives of 95 and 94 yards, the difference in this Rose Bowl so far. Clifford launching downfield, has a man wide open, and it's Wallace. And once again, effective, looking very ragged here in the second half. And Clifford, all kinds of time, delivers a long throw, and it's Tinsley working down to the 10-yard line. Penn State trying to drop the hammer, stacked to the left. Singleton is the back, and quarterback keeps it. Clifford makes a cut, knocked down at the 1-yard line. Took a big shot this earlier. Tight end between the 2 freshman backs. Allen fights into the end zone, and Penn State is in charge in Pasadena. There's a flag pre-snap. Let's see. I don't see a flag. I believe it's Utah trying to get a guy off the field, wasn't able to, and the touchdown will stand. So this time they use great field position to march it 40 short touchdown runs, hasn't it? Old school football. Mike Irsich, very creative. Combination of physical running and big plays. It's sickening how good he is in tennis and golf, skiing.
Yeah.
Barnes will be dragged down inside the 5. Jair Brown's got him, and Penn State is flexing. What a performance. This would mean a tremendous amount to cap off his career with Penn State's second ever Rose Bowl, and he's on the move. Clifford will avoid the tackle and duck down at the 43. Diabate. 4th and 2. And the Lions are going to swarm him and take over on downs. Vanover made the stop. What upper?
Eagles do well. I'm going to go with Burrow at home. It's a tough place to play.
Aller on 4th down, just lost to the end zone, and it's incomplete. They gave the. Some folks are still looking in to see if maybe Utah can reach the end zone. And
really,
yeah, it's not over, and it's not over at the moment, but that could change down there at the 5-yard line. So inside of the final minute,
like I said, for that top spot in the AFC.
Penn State bringing pressure again. The ball is out, and it's a touchdown. Jalen Dixon. And the Utes will leave here disappointed. But Mortar. Safe with 24 seconds. That
now they got to hurry now.
Be a willing participant.
Now they got to go tempo offense. Oh, that's Gatorade.
Oh, they got him pretty good. And Franklin tackling people. Now he's going to get mobbed with the rose petals. Bedlam breaking loose here in the field. Penn State prevails in Pasadena. The program's second Rose Bowl victory. 11-win season.